My name is Onika Henry, and I am in the PsyD program, Clinical Psychology.
Perfect. And what quarter are you in at Meridian?
Gosh, I am now finishing my seventh quarter.
How has it been starting the program? How was the onboarding piece? Anything you want to share about that?
Sure. Okay. So the onboarding and the beginning was really intense for me. I'm a full-time student, but I also work and I also have my own private practice as a clinical sexologist. So it was intense, but so rewarding, so eye-opening. I have absolutely no regrets. At this point in the program, I am really looking forward to perhaps starting field work very soon. But it really has been transformative for me.
Amazing. And as someone who's coming from a background of already having been out in the field, what are you hoping to gain from your doctorate?
Okay. So just some quick information about my background. I am a sexologist, which means I do work around sex education, sex counseling, sex therapy. And I do have some training in psychology, but not as in depth as this program offers me. And I really wanted to begin focusing more on the therapeutic aspects of working with clients. And so this really gives me skills that I don't already have. I have some experience in it. I have an awareness. I have perhaps some skills that I've already developed from my work as a clinical sexologist. But this gives me wider scope in terms of who I can work with, the kinds of topics and issues that I can work with. And I'm really, really excited to put this into practice.
And are you pursuing licensure under the PsyD?
No, no, I'm not. It limits what I want to do if I pursue the licensure. Um, and so I didn't. So what I'm doing now is focusing on electives that give me a rather, I think, a unique blend to me. So I'm doing some somatic work and I'm doing some expressive arts because that's really how I would love to engage with folks around mental health and therapy using somatics and using the expressive arts.
And what has your experience been so far of other students and program faculty?
Oh my gosh, it's been wonderful. It's been really a cross-cultural experience. I have been able to learn about and hear from students from all over the world. I've been able to get a little bit more detail on what it's like to walk through the world from their perspective, with their cultural background, and to be able to to understand that we're so very different, and that could be okay, and to be able to hold the differences with compassion and without any sense of conflict or divisiveness has really been a gift for me.
And are you participating in the online format? And if so, do you attend the live classes or are you watching the recordings back after?
Right. So because I'm based in Trinidad and Tobago, I am definitely attending online, and I do make time in my schedule to do the live classes. I love the real-time energy. I love being able to participate in the discussions that come up. They've always been very fruitful. I've never left a class unsatisfied.
Glad to hear that. And you kind of touched on it a little bit already, but I would love to hear your definition of transformative learning that's so important at Meridian and a big part of the curriculum and the experience. So, in your own words, how would you explain that to someone who maybe isn't as familiar?
Gosh, that's a lot. I feel like I can experience with my body and movement and excitement. It's a challenge to put it into words, but let me try. Um, it is the way in which different ways of thinking about the world, different ways of interacting with people, different ways of imagining solutions and practicing solutions that has really expanded um, the tools that I have to work with the challenges that I have. And so I've found that in the space as faculty, they're able to present different ways of thinking. They've been able to model in the class different ways of interacting with all kinds of issues and all kinds of personalities that show up in a space. And so for me, it was like, oh, there's another way to do this. Oh, there's a better way to do this. And so I begin to think differently. Um, I love how my imagination and ways to solve problems have broadened. And I really love how I've built capacity to to work with so many things that before I may not have been able to, like conflict and chaos. To be able to embrace chaos, for example, I think that's transformative for me. Embracing chaos and seeing chaos as, oh my gosh, this means something new and wonderful and better wants to emerge. Um, yeah, that's what it's been like for me.
And as someone who is also working full time, as you mentioned in your own practice, how has navigating the coursework, the workload been for you? How much time do you feel that you have? The breaks between quarters, how does that work for you? Basically, what is it like managing your course load?
Right. So it has been challenging because I work full time. Like I work with local government here in Tobago, and I also have my own private practice. And so it's been learning skills and time management. One, it's been figuring out how to break down the work and the assignments into little chunks, and that's how I've done it. It has been, I mean, I really did have to learn how to manage my time well, but there is a little bit of leeway in what Meridian expects of you. So you do have the option of completing 80% of the assignments and not 100%. And that little, room has been such a relief for me. That works really well. But time management has been a new skill at a different level I've had to learn. But the material, the texts, the articles have been so engaging that sometimes I don't even recognize, oh my gosh, so much time has gone by because it's been so enjoyable to like go down these little rabbit holes that sometimes, show up when I'm doing the work. So it's been challenging, but once again, worth it.
And in general, what's your favorite thing about being a Meridian student?
Oh gosh. There's so many favorite. Do I have to choose one? There's so many. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit, and I'm gonna choose two. The interaction with students from around the world. That's been really, really lovely to get different perspectives, to get non-Western perspectives, and the reading material, the books that I've been exposed to. Those have been really powerful for me.
What would you say to someone, say I was someone who's thinking about Meridian but on the fence, what would you say to me or someone who's considering Meridian University?
Oh my gosh, I would say if you are serious about your own self-development, if you really want to expand and improve the way you think, you want to have better critical thinking skills, you want to be able to be of service to as many different kinds of people as possible, then Meridian is a place for you to be. If you want to learn what is beyond a Western way of thinking that's kind of dominated the space for a while, and you want to know about other very valid indigenous forms of healing and psychology, Meridian is the place to be.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much. And is there anything I haven't asked or touched on that you feel is important or still coming up for you?
Mm. No, but I do want to say that just based on how much conflict is happening in the world right now, how much tension is happening, that I think the work that Meridian is doing in terms of how they are preparing professionals for the world, I think this is urgent. And if you're looking for a way to, make your mark, do your little piece in your little corner of the world in a way that could really be transformative, this is where you'd learn those skills.